Sir will be fine because he can hold the steady.
Right.
Ask them, I think
If because I don't think they used them the last time.
We didn't use those the last time, we just used the pallet.
Yeah, so I mean, I suppose if Stricker did fold up, eventually that might be the point.
Took your work.
I mean, you just get in trouble with the rest. Take your time.
I mean, I meant even just for place so
Just to put the bed on. No. So, just 3 pieces put under the bed.
Oh, you mean like wedges or?
Yeah, just wedges. Rainer, is carbon any good here?
We don't need it.
No, okay. You don't need it?
Maybe later, but not.
I'll leave it there just in case. You got to go to the other end and then put it up.
this is my marathon training for today.
Is it?
Yeah, it's supposed to go running on Saturdays. I don't think I need to go running if I shift this way.
By the time you're running for 5 years, you'll be alright, you'll do a few miles. How far do you do?
And moment I'm only on like 2 or 3 days to start out.
I'll just keep the bed on that. Okay. Oh, you alright then?
Hey John, when we finish.
No! Look here! John!
So let's just go in the corner there.
Backside's coming in, I'm looking at you, but you have to look at underneath. At the bottom. We meant to be smiling.
Right, do you want it up here?
If you can.
In a couple of minutes, we just hit the krypton factor.
Excellent. Is that that aircraft that they put on there? You're trying to get that factored?
Try and sneak that away. Wait for Sue to come in and organise it.
Sir, do you want coffee?
Yes.
Eat them.
No, 10 orders of what. Well, I think you better come out first.
I know, I was just looking at that. Any tiny boxes there?
There's one other one.
There's a small box here. Is that small enough?
Yeah, that'll do. Another one the same.
Yeah, well, sort of. That's the small box here.
This one's heavy. That's got a theology book.
Right, well that's
So we get that in.
that's right, yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
Because it's getting faster towards the middle.
I'll let this side up. Hang on, what's this? It's a black to you. Extra heavy. No,
Go out.
yeah. Right, put it in with this front edge up.
Don't look yesterday.
You can, then, right.
That's full of boxes here.
Come down. Squash that.
Where's that about?
Where do you go? Side?
Banana boxes leaving the West Indies and coming to Scotland, going to the supermarket, being unloaded and stuff on the shelves, us collecting the banana boxes, filling them with school stuff as it was going to a school, bringing them to, well, it wasn't here, it was a Stracker, and then, you know, going them back on a container and then down on the yeah. I believe, I mean, how many times those boxes have been handled?
On the other hand, on one occasion at Ecclesdenny, they opened the back doors of the container and there were piles of banana boxes. One of the Africans said, "They eat lots of bananas in Scotland." They grow lots of bananas in Scotland. Just in
Behind you.
Hello,
You like it or not, there's a
good morning. I'm John Challis and involved in sending this container off to Malawi.
language.
It's being loaded today. It will take about 3 months to get out to Malawi. Having gone right round Africa, it will go over to the port and then be shipped all the way around Africa up to Beira and then overland up to the Lilongwe and then from the Lilongwe up to Ekwandeni where it will be unloaded. We've got about 1,000 boxes going in today, which include all sorts of things, include knitted goods, medical supplies. We've got a bed going out, hospital bed going out. We've got mattresses going out. We've got tools going out. We've got literature going out. We've got resources for schools, and we have a great team here today who've come and given up a Saturday to help load all these boxes, and they're going in the container well. We've got about 500 in so far. We've got about another 500 to go. So let's keep on with the good work. Thank you.
Want a cup of coffee? And he says,
Were you the one who did that interview, that picture for the video for before, which went on the YouTube?
I'm just looking for little ones.
You're all there, like.
So you've got some strength here.
Strength.
Lovely.
Yeah, that's not yeah, well,
And I had somebody helping me at one of my conferences. We had all these boxes open and
Somebody filed them all over at one stage. They were all down there, and then the next time came down they weren't. But maybe we'll see.
so department, what's Helen up to? You read something. Is that one already done? It's got a number on it.
591.
Oh, it has, yeah, sorry. As you were.
I get down on my knees in the kitchen and sitting room and try to lift the box up. It's terrible. I'll wash my cup today. That reflection.
Well, if you leave it there, someone will do it for you.
Yeah, this is a special box. It's going to a friend of ours who has classes for special education students. And we just met a lady here whose organisation in Ayrshire put up the money for that building. We've never met her before, but we've worked with the teacher quite often. And it's really nice that we just showed the lady this box. She's never met the teacher, and we'd never met the people that put up the money for the building. So it's been this has been a wonderful experience here this morning, and that'll go to Annette to benefit her students. Annette Temple, Zuzu. Yeah, this box of school books has come from Gairloch High School in Wester Ross. Schools in Scotland are having a new science curriculum starting this year. So there are books in Scotland that are now redundant or surplus to requirements. So we're collecting them for secondary schools in Malawi who don't have textbooks at all for their students. So this is the first of the boxes. It'll get there probably by July, and then when we're there in September, we'll distribute these books to various secondary schools. And I know that they'll be well received once they get there. So that's the first of our new program for this year. This box has got bedding in it for elderly people, and it's for a church program where community support for people looking after their grandchildren. They're called Go-Go's, the elderly people, the grandparents, and they're looking after their grandchildren because of the missing generation through the AIDS epidemic. There's a feeding program that our church supports, and every 10 weeks there's a sort of rolling program of people coming for feeding. And it started because there was one time when there was a shortage of food. The grandparents were feeding the grandchildren, and some of the grandparents were dying. And so we were there, and we went back to our church and explained the situation. And since then, this is now 10 years ago, our harvest, instead of having cabbages and tins of beans, we collect money to feed these elderly people so that they're in a fit condition to look after their grandchildren.
The original idea was that these people would not survive through the hungry season until the following March, and there were 12 of them, and they all did survive. They went from weighing 24 kilos, some of them, to 40 kilos in 6 months, and none of them died. And that's continued because at times of the hungry season is January and February, but also at times of famine, they will feed the children rather than themselves. And the problem then is the children are double orphans. They've lost their parents and then they lose their grandparents. And this is a dreadful trauma for them. So this was the rationale for the vulnerable and elderly of this particular part of Malawi.
Sorry, I'm just going to put them down here. And then he's got the
All right, yeah.
4,000 in total.
Right.
I didn't realise that. The minister was back in the scene.
You want to try it? Look at that, no problem, use it.
You got that one, John? Did you get that big one?
So that was really good.
Sitting in there, we'll watch him there.
Hey.
We'll talk to stop.
That's it. Smile. Jesus, like
Get those boxes.
You don't want to frighten them, do you?
All I'm doing is taking the container down to Grangemouth container port, where it will be taken off the back of the truck, put onto a boat, and shipped off to its next port of destination.
In '96, I went to Malawi to see our link missionary, and she said that she had problems getting stuff through the post. She was getting about one parcel in 10. And I came back and told John, who happened to be a shipbroker, and he said, I think we can do better than that. And since then, we've sent 95 containers, 40-foot containers, household goods, from stuff from all over the world, all over the country, to Malawi in the north. It's where we work mainly. And it can be anything, any goods at all that are needed. We supported the hospital, a lot of the orphan care work, education, doing just general sort of waterworks, sewage, bridges, dentistry, opticians. The work's just expanded, and a lot of professionals have come on board because they want to get involved. If they've got a bit of time, they've worked through their lives, they want to give something back. So we have a lot of professional people on board doing projects, which is great, backed up with all the work of the containers. Okay, so
Someone had said to John.
Barry shouting for green ones there.
Green ones?
Yeah.
I think we're out of greens. Right, okay, already, yeah. Right, okay.
Here, actually.
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense.
Well, I had some stuff sent to me.
Get nearer. Well, no. Of course, yes. Yeah, the paperwork at this end. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's more standard. They're more standard. I was absolutely no reason why we sold that one gold medals apart from money. And boat skiing was the world champions boat skiing. That's how hard
because they raffles some said they don't want to do stuff. And so they were left with a whole container load of stuff. And so they took it down place. So you do get
Right, well,
Just not going to bring most
Alright, then we'll slow down.
And I took them down to this and out to Rocky Ferry, Clay Pop. This place.
Can we get a few big heavy ones of chocolate? Maybe this one, that's every Well, the people here come from all over Scotland. The main bulk is local people. They're heavily involved in, because they were new, they've kind of adopted the
And do you have to parcel all them up in boxes?
We like people to bring them in boxes if possible, but no, that's okay, it's no problem. We can get the boxes from the big, because the mothers are coming to the hospital to have babies, whereas they might have, because they know they're going to get a gift, whereas they might have had them out in the villages, and there's no proper care, so if there's complications, they would die. So mothers are actually lives of the same.
And have you got any more things?
Absolutely, all the time, yeah.
All the time.
Also these sort of beanie hats.
Oh, beanie hat. Well, yes, they're nearly all with beanie hats. They're the
bright coloured
the jumper and then the beanie hat. They usually get. There is a few that gets through without. I usually pair them all off at some point, and I have a few in the house yet that I haven't had time to pair off. So I didn't like to let them go before they're paired off.
They'll do that.
No,
they'll put them into sets. They'll put them into sets.
Anyway, so
right, okay.
Settle with the camera.
It's quite nice.
Because the medicines are they're out of date by the time they get there, it's illegal.
Yes,
But we had 20 mattresses from the hospital. They went away. We had 70 or 80 stacking chairs, children's chairs. So that's a primary school. Because the kids quite often are sitting on the floor. You know, so the first time I was at primary school, one of the girls, and what would you most like in life? A chair to sit on when I'm at the school, you know. And it was simple things. What a difference. So,
what, televisions as well?
No, these are computer monitors.
Oh, computers.
Yeah. So these have to be checked out. Somebody's going to come check them out for us, get rid of the viruses. And they'll go out because computers are. The average income out there might be £50 a month. So how do you buy a computer? You know, it's very difficult.
I mean, that's sad, isn't it?
As teachers will be on £50 or £60 a month. The average wage used to be $1 a day, but because of the devaluation of the kwacha, it's less than that now. So the average person that's the average. And a lot of people are more than that.
How long were you out there for then?
Oh, I go out 2-3 times a year.
Right.
I've just been back for 10 days, so I'm going out at Easter.
And how long does it take this to go?
Usually about 3 months. The one was sent. In. No, just put it on
You did? Right, okay. And a milk. Some milk, yes, please. I had tablets from a mountain sore. Okay. What do you think, milk?
Still in the same house I mean, we were on when I was 2, he was just known each other for 56, so here we go. So these boxes will have come from all over Scotland and they'll contain all sorts of different things. A lot of them will have clothing, second-hand clothing, also knitted goods. and of course there will be tools and all sorts of things like that, and they will go out to Malawi and they will make a huge difference out there. People really have nothing, and these things will make a fantastic difference when they go out there. Every single piece of stuff in there will make a difference to somebody's life, and that's just absolutely amazing to think that all the things that come from all over Scotland, Northern England, Northern Ireland actually are making tangible differences, saving lives out in Malawi, which is just fantastic.
If the hands are going backwards, it's all forward pass. What if you're facing this way?
Amazing. All the boxes we've been sticking in.
Yeah, about all these boxes that are going out to Malawi. It's a wonderful response. We've had about, I don't know, we've got about 30 helpers here loading this container, which will go out quite soon to Malawi and bring a great deal of joy and happiness to many people that will receive these goods.
Just want to gather, the one thing I would like to say is for anyone, if they're wanting to give goods of any kind, can they please put them in banana boxes, because they're so much easier to pack into the container. So that would be really good if people could do that. And the blankets and the children's clothes are always so well used out there. We were out there quite a number of years ago, and it was lovely to see the children with the woolly goods knitted from Scotland, and they just loved getting everything. I'm sure that's enough. So.
Back to square one. And then yes. Yes,
Yeah, okay.
Are you getting in trouble?
Yeah, no.
Yes,
Tremendous operation.
You need normal boxes.
Shut up.
you've got a distribution here, haven't you?
That might be the last box.
Still waiting for the rest of this.
What's all one? Post office parcel delivery guy to Serbia.
Oh.
He was unbelievable. I mean, like Trevor. He would see it and he would book around that. Just fire it.
Small ones. Too small? Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Trevor, do you need a hand?
Yes, which one?
No, we're actually, if you imagine.
We're going to come down any further.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Tiny
That's
one.
it. This one? Half the size of this one? No. Heavy one. Ah, here we go. Sorry.
Another one the same.
Oh, no.
Either that or that.
Maybe I think I'll be cute.
That's like.
I'd really like to.
Right, yeah.
I've got it.
And then you can have culture story as well when it gets there.
You there? What the ladders?
Yeah, that goes in, that's it.
That's the regional climate.
Come on, gentlemen. Fail to Lego test.
Hey, well done.
I think it's the same one. He wants a bag of five papers to go in there. Oh, I'm not trying to get. I've got a newspaper.
Pack of 5 pesos.
Good to see you, Trevor.
Trevor.
Some soup for him, Trevor.
Yes.
Some soup.
Trevor. I've got the back of somebody's head, not you.
I'm in film now.
Turn around for your picture.
Yeah, cheek helper. Cheek helper.
Oh, no.
Good job, guys.
She's up the driver, didn't she? Sorry.
9 on the door. Caution when opening. Each wear a safety helmet.
Inside all the time, that's what's wrong.
Did you do your risk assessment at the beginning, my friend?
Have I got to go out there and do a risk assessment?
The empty system, is it? Stuff in that little space, you know.
It's amazing actually, I think.
I know.
Got my hammer, Trevor.
Yeah.
Got my hammer, Trevor.
Oh, right.
Mr. Hammers.
When you go up. Right.
Let's thank
You want to? Right. Hang on, I'll try it.
On your toes. For toes.
Yeah, it's in the hammer.
Can I just, can I just have a go?
Yeah.
Keep rolling.
He's got the hammer. Eh?
That's the box you put in, Trevor.
Hey?
Is that the last one you put in?
Yeah, that is it.
Yeah, that is one.
Now you're going to do this.
No problem.
Done that before.
Too many times, Trevor.
Hey?
Too many times.
Yeah, I know.
Good job, Trevor. I'm glad to see you this side of the door.
Careful enough anyway, because some drivers, they just, you know, they think a container, oh, it doesn't matter, and they hit a fence or something. I think he came in the other way because it's difficult coming up.
At one point I thought, oh hello.